Welcome back to Head Start. I'm Karen Davila, broadcasting from home. We have with us Makati City Mayor Abby Binay. Mayor Abby, good morning to you.
Good morning, Karen.
All right. Makati has already rolled out 5,000 peso cash assistance, and you've actually approved 114,828 qualified individuals. But you actually received more than, I think, 250,000 applications. Can you take us through who were approved and how can they essentially receive the 5,000?
So when you apply online, the portal itself will tell you whether you're qualified or not. So the portal will filter if you are a qualified beneficiary. Again, so when we say qualified beneficiary, you should have either of the three cards. One is the yellow card, the Makati Zen card, or a voter certificate. So when you apply, you put your name and it says your application is now being processed. Or if you put your name and your name's not really in the database, then it says that you are not qualified for the Makatulong. So once you're qualified, we filter and we make sure that you have the GCash, the mode of payment, how you're going to receive the 5,000. So in one day, I think when we announced in May 11, May 13 or 14, May 13, we were able to release 5,000 to 72,000 people. By the click of a phone. You're sending to 72,000 recipients. As of Saturday, we have already released to around 128,000. So that's around 680 million pesos in a span of 2 weeks.
Wow.
And
Wait, you have released how much? Is it?
Because it's 5,000 times 173.
So you've actually released more than what was published, because what was published, it's 114,000 individuals. So it's
continues. Yes, it's ongoing. And again, there's no deadline. Don't panic because there's some people that did not apply online. They're very old school. What they did was they filled up a form. We had it picked up. So we're literally encoding all their applications and checking if they're qualified. So that's going to take time. So you don't have to worry whether it is June 1 and your application is still pending. Yes, if you're qualified, you will receive. There is no deadline. If you're qualified, you will receive.
What's quite interesting is what is the logic, Mayor Abby, for actually giving the rich in Makati? Because I've also heard people say, the people in Forbes Park, Dasma, these exclusive subdivisions, expensive condos, they don't need the 5,000 pesos that Mayor Abby is giving. It could have gone to those that essentially are more in need in Makati. Why all?
Well, the reason is, one, when we distributed our relief goods, that was for the needy. We did not include the rich people there. We are including the rich people because they are still taxpayers. They are still residents. They are still voters. And they always say, whether they're rich or poor, all will say we are taxpayers. So and COVID-19 has gone beyond whether you're rich or poor. There are people that send me email that live in condos and they say there's not enough money anymore. We didn't expect. So people in Forbes Park, yes, they might not need it, but they have the option to give it to someone else, or they might have the option to give it to their driver who needs it more, or buy food to distribute to other people. It's giving an opportunity for people to receive something, even if despite of their economic status.
I'm curious now, is there anything you can share even to other LGUs? Because clearly, when you gave the cash aid, there were no videos of people flocking to City Hall, nagsisiksikan in a school. There was none of that in Makati. It was actually contactless.
That was the point. The point of applying should not should not be making them fall in line. There's a pandemic. They're supposed to stay at home. So what technology do you use? You use the internet. We have free internet in the city. So you can't say, and everybody has a cell phone. So contactless, you don't fall in line when you apply, and you don't fall in line for you to receive. The nice thing about it is you are at home. And at the same time, yung mga tao namin sa City Hall is also not exposed, because that was the problem in relief operations. I also have to expose my people, our City Hall employees, to give assistance. So it's a win-win situation wherein everybody stays at home, even the distribution is being done in the safety of your office or your home.
I'm curious, what are the numbers of COVID in Makati already, Mayor? Because the last I read was, I think, a week ago. There were, I think, was it close to 500 positive cases?
Yes.
Has that changed?
The positive cases now is at around 500, let me check, 555, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check again, because it keeps on changing every day. 571, sorry. 576 confirmed cases and 571 validated by the city.
And there is no particular barangay hotspot, so to speak, in Makati. Itong 576, is it spread out?
It's actually spread out. You have to remember, the COVID has it transitions. If you look at how we started in Makati, there was a concentration of cases in San Lorenzo, in Poblacion, and now that has shifted. And it is not confined in one specific place. Based on our observation, the people that get sick usually get sick from the place of work. So they're not related. There is one instance in one barangay, because it's a very densely populated place. But other than that, it's actually really spread out.
So in other words, there's no need to do, like, for example, what Mayor Isko did of a total lockdown for like 48 hours. No need for that.
You know what? If you do a lockdown, you have to do a lockdown for 14 days. You can't do a 48-day lockdown, because if you really want to contain it, you tell people you don't move for 14 days, because that's how many days I need for the COVID to stop in the community. So 48 days, actually, sorry, I feel that it's really they do that 48 hours for testing, but not really to contain the virus. Because if you want to contain it, you contain the area for 14 days.
Yeah. And now for businesses that want to resume operations in Makati, and we are seeing a bit of activity already. Yes, I see it now. The requirement is you have to file a notice of reopening to City Hall. It can be done online, but the requirements are apparently different, Mayor, no? If you have, let's say, less than 12 employees, to, let's say, you're an Ayala or an SM.
Well, because the reason for the note, again, you can open if you're allowed. Second, the only reason why we want you to give us notice is for us to have a commitment from the company that you will be following the guidelines. So, for example, if you have less than 10 employees, how do you plan to exercise social distancing? What guidelines are you going to make sure that you're wearing a mask? So the notice of assumption of business is for us to know how many businesses have already started doing business, and our inspectors will now go around to see if you are really complying with your commitment that you will enforce strict social distancing and other guidelines required by DTI and IIDF. So it is not a requirement to start business. In fact, you can even file it within 3 days after you assume business. But the point is just to be able to know, okay, how many percent of the businesses have started conducting business again?
Yeah. And I'm curious, are you giving some kind of tax reprieve for businesses in Makati?
based on the circular of, I think, BIR and the BIR or DOF, where we are giving them until June 25 to pay their taxes. We are currently studying if we are still able, if there are still savings from the 2.7 billion that we have allocated for our Makatulong, we are thinking of being able to have the opportunity to give assistance to our small medium enterprises, maybe a clean loan to be able to give to them as a startup, or to help them go through this pandemic.
Okay. Well, we don't have enough time, but before we go, just very quickly, I think it's important for everyone to know that the college scholarship application in Makati has been extended, because this is another big reprieve. Okay. Right, Mayor? So I'm curious who can apply for this college scholarship application in Makati.
So I hope there's really not much time to explain who are
Yes.
there, who are required, who are qualified. I hope that you can just go online, because everything is online. You can go to our Facebook account, My Makati. You can also email me. Yes, there are a lot of people that email me personally, and yes, I do reply to all your emails. You can send me a private message to all those who are qualified. And also, we are currently studying how we're going to start our University of Makati, because we did not have an opportunity to conduct our examinations, but we will be posting very soon who are going to be admitted to the University of Makati.
On that note, Makati Mayor Abby Binay, thank you so much for your time this morning. Thank you. And that's Get Start Today. I'm Karen Davila. Market Edge is up next.